Introducing our three judges, scoring this bout from ringside, Bill Clancy, Robert Grasso, and George Hill. And introducing our third man in the ring, the referee in charge of the action, Rudy Battle. All right, fans, here we go. 12 rounds of boxing scheduled. A rematch showdown for the IBF Heavyweight Championship elimination. Introducing to you first on my right, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black trunks with red trim, joining us from Baltimore, Maryland. He weighed in at 259 1/2 pounds. With a record of 35 wins and 4 losses, he has 29 wins coming by way of knockout. He is currently ranked the IBF #4 heavyweight in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the former heavyweight champion of the world, introducing Hasim, the Rock Rahman. And his opponent across the ring on my left, fighting out of the red corner in this 12-round attraction. Entering the ring wearing black trunks with white trim, hailing from South Auckland, New Zealand. He weighed in at 245 pounds. His record stands at 42 wins, 3 losses with 37 big wins coming by way of knockout. Holding the NABF title, ladies and gentlemen, he is the IBF #3 ranked heavyweight in the world. Please welcome a man known as the Tua-Man, introducing David Tua. And once again, a referee in charge, Rudy Battle, now to give instructions, 12 rounds of boxing schedule.
Hasim.
Well, it looked like he got it higher than that, Sparrow.
All right, hold it down. All right, gentlemen, I expect a clean break at all times. I want to re-emphasize and reinforce the fact I don't want any hitting on the break. When I tell you to break, I give you the command to break. I want you both to step back clean, protect yourselves coming out of the clinches. Watch your low blows, watch your holding and hitting. Let's have a nice, clean contest. Good luck to both of you. Touch them up.
Jim, when Moskiev deposited Rahman in your lap a few years ago, he weighed 230. At 260, I don't think you're going to survive. You're a goner if he comes through the ropes this time.
I'm steering him toward George, Larry. I feel as though at 260, he needs to land in George's lap rather than mine. But we shall see what happens as David Tua goes after Hasim Rahman. You've seen some of Tua's fast starts in the past. Rahman trying to fight fire with fire, slugs back with the right hand, and now gets his jab going early.
The one thing about David Tua, although he's the better puncher, he's never learned how to box with boxers. Sometimes you can't just land a big punch, you got to box yourself in the position. He's never learned. So Rahman has no danger if he kind of stay in the middle of the ring, keep his jab, working his right hand up behind his chin.
Early on at close range, Rahman is painting Tua with his jab. David, who said that he has learned more about head movement, still doesn't show that much in the ring.
The thing about Rahman tonight, he's got to be careful because that extra weight will not allow you to jump around, especially away from the ropes when you're in danger.
And in his good performances, he's shown good foot movement. It'll be difficult for him to do so, as George says, coming in at 259.
You get in the ring with a big puncher like David Tua, all you got to do is keep your action on his right side. He's not a confident fighter with his right hand. Stay over to his right hand. Jab him, step to the right, to his right, and make sure he can't hit you.
So Rahman should be jabbing, stepping to his left, jabbing, stepping to his left again.
This guy does not have a right hand. He's got a good right hand, but he's not confident in it, David Tua.
Well, that's because he's so confident in his left hook, which has been his money punch throughout his entire career. Rahman still scoring with the jab.
Rahman is stretching his legs out way back. That right foot is way back there, so he's got room to step back. All he got to do is pull his left foot to his right foot rather than jumping back, so that's good.
Tua's publicist released on the internet this past week a poll of boxing writers which showed 40 writers picking Tua to only 2 for Rahman. Now, coming as it did from Tua's publicist, you have to wonder about the objectivity of the poll, but nevertheless, most ringside experts believe that Rahman has sold out his chances to beat Tua with his absence of proper conditioning for the fight.
In fact, Jim, the odds went from about 8-5 to Tua to about 3.5 to 1 double after the weigh-in yesterday.
So in other words, practically nobody believes that Rock can come in at 259 and win the fight. But he's probably won the first round, at least up to this point.
Yeah, well, but you have to remember, Tua's coming off 3 straight wins, and Rahman's coming off 2 straight losses.
Rahman still beating Tua to the punch for the most part, landing his jab and successfully negotiating from the center of the ring through round 1.
Now listen to me. You okay? Yeah. David, he's fighting scared. You're letting him lead. You're letting him get braver. Dave, I need you to lead. I need you to back him up. Okay, 1 up, 1 down. The right hand is there, David, is there. Okay, he's waiting for you to punch it. You're waiting too long. I need you to lead with your jab. Okay?
Just a little bit of that, and bang, bang, bang. And keep your right hand up here, especially when it breaks, okay?
Miguel Diaz, trainer by default tonight, in the absence of Bowie Fisher, who was fired, and Buddy McGirt, who's contractually restricted against being in Rahman's corner. Miguel Diaz pretty good.
Seconds out.
CompuBox numbers in round 1. Rahman 20 out of 64, 31%. Tua 3 out of 30. And you heard Kevin Barry saying to Tua, David, I need you to lead. I need you to get off first before he does.
If I'm Rahman, I'm not going to let a guy in the skirt with me.
He is wearing a skirt, isn't he? But it's tribal from Samoa.
Step back. No hitting on the brakes.
David, as you know, was born in the westernmost and least populated of the Samoan Islands before moving at age 9 to Auckland, New Zealand, where his father used to make him fight grown men in front of their family store. Big left hook lands for Tua. Crowd oohs and ahs as Tua gets his money punch in for the first time. And again.
And what's interesting here is on both occasions he's followed up his left with his right, which is something he rarely did in the past.
Step out, let him go.
Rahman, when he gets close to the rope, bad things happen to all of those guys who fight punches. You got to keep that fight right in the middle of the ring. Jab, stepping and circling, never going back to the rope. And I think if he can continue to do that, just rehearse, continue to do what he did in the first round. It's just a rehearsal, dress rehearsal, dress rehearsal. Don't even look for a punch. He doesn't need to prove that he can fight anymore. He's proven that.
Rock trying to land his right hand, which is his big punch, the punch with which he finished Lewis in his biggest win down in South Africa, April 21, 2001.
And he's adding that little left hook occasionally as well.
Rahman feints with his left jab and step back, and when Tua thinks he's there, he'll step in with his jab, just enough to throw him out.
And Rahman is rotating to his left, away from Tua's left side, but maybe not in a pronounced enough fashion, George.
You just need to be in that position. It doesn't matter how far over you are, just be it. It's not something you got to be extremely.
So he's doing enough of it.
Just enough of it. So far, so good. Tua is a dead man on the right side. Dead man. They said dead man walking, dead man punching.
And there's a mouse under David Tua's right eye. The damage already done by Hasim, Rahman's early use of the jab in this fight.
It wouldn't be nothing wrong with Rahman going here and boxing this guy round after round. He's been knocked out a few times. He's got nothing to prove.
Well, he won the first 8 rounds easily in Miami. before Tua finally started to get to him in the ninth with left hooks. But David, as I mentioned, is accustomed to fighting from behind. He was well behind against Okendo when he knocked him out. He was even with David Izon after 10 when he knocked him out. He was even with Oleg Moscav after 10 when he knocked him out. So he knows how to come from behind.
Yeah, but he's not making Rahman really work here. He's not at all. He's letting Rahman establish his own pace.
And Rahman landed a right hand before Tua came back at the end of the round with a double left hook. Meanwhile, we ask you to mark your calendars for these upcoming shows. Later this evening, don't miss the latest installment of our Legendary Night series, commemorating 30 years of HBO boxing coverage when we bring you The Tale of Hagler Hearns. Then on Wednesday, April 2, catch the premiere of Legendary Nights, The Tale of Hagler Leonard, most remembered for Ray Leonard's improbable comeback victory after years in retirement. New episodes of Legendary Nights debut each Wednesday at 10 p.m. April 15, Real Sports with Bryant Gumbel returns. We'll take a look at the dangers of tough man competitions where 3 deaths have been recorded in a 6-month period. And on May 2, join us for the kickoff of another season of On the Record with Bob Costas. Now in its 3rd season, we look for more interviews, insights, and features on entertainment, sports, and everything in between. CompuBox numbers through the 2nd round. Jabs, Tua 11 out of 65. Rahman 33 out of 124. He's thrown his jab an average of 62 times per round in the first 2 rounds.
He's actually increased the high tempo of the first fight by 50%.
Pretty amazing. Not what you would have expected given the weight. Will wonders never cease in boxing?
David Tua is just gambling with that left hook. Rahman keeps his right hand up by his face. Some trainers told him something right.
Tua trying to show more head movement. You can almost see him thinking, I'm supposed to move my head more.
When a guy's out of shape like Rahman with all the extra weight, you got to make him throw a lot of shots so he can get tired and start breathing hard. If not, he can just sit back there and relax. Never get tired.
Is it possible that even with the extra 30 pounds, he's in better shape than we give him credit for?
I like to think the bigger you are, the better, because you know to sit down, don't start doing any extra bouncing, don't overexert yourself. All of these things make up for a better fighter.
Because Rahman is making his point in the first 3 rounds, showing the movement with which we've associated him in the past, and landing heavier blows than has previously been the case in some instances, maybe because of the additional weight.
Got his left hand working. I mean, that's what you tell guys to do in the gym when you go spar. Just throw your jab. Don't do anything else. Just jab. Bust your guy up.
And both of Tua's eyes beginning to swell. Swelling under the right eye, swelling at the outside of the left eye for David. Rock continues to land the jab.
David Tua is a very effective puncher when his opponent is against the rope. Hasn't been able to get guys in the middle of the ring, so he needs to push his fight backwards and backwards. He hasn't done that. It's a circle. It's a circle. Rahman has not been able to be pushed to his right side at all.
Well, you saw the graphic that shows the 4 3/4 inch difference in arm length. When they stand face to face in the center of the ring like this, Rock can land his jab, and Tua has trouble reaching him. Hard right hand by Rahman. David Tua's chin is legendary. You heard what Larry Merchant said about him before the fight.
The ropes, getting closer to the ropes, and that's what Tua wants it.
I don't see George Howe 20 extra pounds around his belly help him to be a better fighter.
That's right. Some of the big weightlifters, some of those guys that lift up a lot of pounds, they use that belly to their advantage. You do in a box, that belly can give you that center of gravity.
Time will tell.
Now, Rahman is getting closer and closer to the rope. That's where Tua will start to take off. If he can get his back on those ropes, things can change.
And there's blood beginning to trickle from David Tua's nose as Rahman continues to do physical damage with his early jab assault. Tua almost caught him with a counter left hook.
Simmons, a little nick there. Get to work on it, please. Give me a big breath, Dave.
80 punches per round for Rahman so far.
Please jab first, Dave. It's there. You've got to take his jab away and his right hand by jabbing first. Be first. Then 1 up, 1 down, right hand. 1 up, 1 down, right hand. Or just
Keep putting that stick in his mouth. Make him choke in his
Do not get relaxed, okay? Do not get relaxed. You got to keep on working. You got to bust his ass up all night. Do not get relaxed, okay?
Too little, too late for Tua. He's lost the first 3 rounds easily.
Clearing. Let's go.
Joe Frazier was a left hooker, but Joe Frazier knew how to get into an opponent's body with his head and shoulder movement where he could operate and break a fighter down. Tua doesn't.
Harold, how do you have it scored through 3?
Okay, Jim. Well, I agree with our esteemed colleague, Mr. Merchant. 3-0, 30-27, Hasim Rahman. Jim, in the first 2 rounds, Rock won it with the jab, but in round 3, he started to drop the right hand. In other words, he turns it over and drops it down onto it. Drops it, nails him on the nose. Jim, I gotta make mention of that beard of David Tua's. The rule is this: if the beard cushions the blows, or if the beard scratches an opponent, it's illegal. That beard is cushioning blows.
And 2 things happened while you were talking, Harold. Number 1, Hasim Rahman flirted with the ropes, almost put his back against the ropes. George Foreman was pointing to make the point that's the first time that he almost had his back against the ropes. That's where Tua wants him. Then when he brought Tua near us on the ropes, Rahman leaned over the top of Tua, looked at me and said, "I'm leading. I've won the first 3 rounds," which only goes to show you that he too is scoring the bout.
But those left hooks that are coming in now a little more frequently are starting to rock Rahman a little too much. He's been caught with 2 of them, and you don't just recover just like that.
Rahman's pace finally beginning to slow. He set a CompuBox heavyweight record, guys, by throwing 83 jabs in the 3rd round. That's the most jabs in 1 round ever for a heavyweight in a CompuBox charted fight.
Rahman has done a good job, but he hasn't gone to the body of Tua once. You want to jab the guy, you want to beat the guy, but you got to go down to the body in case you run out of jab. His strength is starting to go away.
And Tua swollen under both eyes, bleeding from the nose, bleeding slightly from under the left eye. So the time is shortening for David Tua, who's getting himself into danger against Hasim Rahman and may need to mount a more aggressive assault.
Rahman got to go to the body here. Hasn't gone to the body enough at all to weaken this big, strong man. One to the side that time.
Let him go. Step back, both of them. Let him go.
David Tua expects to lose 1st, 2nd, and 3rd rounds, so you can't just discourage him like that.
Tua with that haymaker left hook. And
Back is
Rahman
closer
almost,
to the rope.
That's right. Rahman almost had his back against the ropes.
Another right to the body by Rahman.
The jab continues to touch up
a little
to his
bounce.
face. Big right hand by Rahman. He's very confident in there. Bouncing on his feet despite the 259.
There's no shame in his game.
Wow. There are a lot of drop jaws at ringside based on what Hasim Rahman has done in the first 4 rounds against David Tua. That was not expected. Bernard Hopkins getting ready for what is expected to be an easy fight against Murad Akar. If we pick that one wrong, that'll be the source of considerable amazement. The very technically skilled Bernard Hopkins. What a craftsman. Remember his demolition of Felix Trinidad, September 29, 2001?
They were starting to come off the double jab. You breathe through your mouth. Hold your mouth up. Just breathe normal. One punch is not going to do it, Dave. After the hook, I need the right hand, okay? You're landing on the left hook and then...
How easy it is. You stay on this stool. Don't get up until the bell rings.
You got to work.
Stay over there.
The first 3rd of this year, the theater of the unexpected in boxing has occurred almost every time we've been out. It's now almost becoming expected to be unexpected. And what Rahman has been able to do so far has certainly been unexpected.
Rahman
better not be...
Go ahead.
Rahman better not get comfortable throwing right hands against Tua. That right hand stayed right next to his chin, and forget trying to execute it now. Wait a few rounds.
Every time Rahman throws that right, Tua wants to counter with the left.
Yep, and they just keep chopping away at your strength. He's best to throw his left jab and then hook occasionally. Just use the right hand as a leverage.
Well, he's been so dominant with the jab. You wonder why he would try to do anything else other than the body punching you've suggested as the supplement, George. Try to take a little starch out of Tua for the later rounds. Rahman threw 67 punches by CompuBox numbers in the fourth. That was way down from his previous output rate.
Uh-oh, close to the ropes now.
Tua lands a right hand up top.
It seems that David Tua doesn't even want to hit you unless you're close to the ropes. He saves up everything and sees, he can see that your body's 2 feet away from the ropes, and he throws a big shot. He doesn't care about hitting you in the middle of the ring.
Get off him, get off him. Come on, you're holding. Let him go, step up, let him go.
Rahman cannot take 2 or 3 more of those hooks, I can tell you that. Got to make the big man miss. Jab, jab, bob and weave. Well, don't bob.
Stop it.
If you get low.
That was a good punch to the body by Tua. He hasn't done enough of it.
Let him go. Let him go. Stop punching.
Getting very uncomfortable around Rahman's face, too. He's starting to bleed just a little bit.
Stop me.
Trying to cope with the jab now simply by ducking and coming under it into clinches.
Tua's corner told him to throw that right hand and throw the left and then finish with the right. He hasn't done that yet.
They also told him to try to jab his way in, and David seems to have dispensed with the idea of jabbing. It's so difficult to reach Hasim Rahman, who is able to keep him at bay with his own jab. David has begun leaping with the left hook.
A little blood coming out of Rahman's nose, I believe.
It's going to be one of those fights.
Right hand by Rahman, right hand by Tua.
Tua waits for that 10-second warning. He starts trying to mix it up and catch you when you're not expected.
Get your hands down. Get your hands down.
Get on your toes.
Get your hands down. Hey, listen to me. Listen to me. You cannot do that. When you break, be alert. Don't go down with your fucking right hand. Hands down. Okay? Listen.
Set it up. Push him back with the double jab, then bring it over. And give me both sides, the right hand and the left hook. Okay, can you do that for me this round? Give me 2 jabs, the right hand, the left hook. Stepping with each punch, back him up. The right hand is there. I want you to keep throwing it, okay? Not the left hook by itself. Set your punches up. Set them up, Dave. Come on, we're breaking this guy down, but you got to give me 2.
Jabs in round 5. Rahman, who threw 83 of them in round 3, was finally down to 38. A considerably more human number in round 5, but still, Tua threw only 11 and landed 2. Rahman still winning the jabbing contest and still leading in the fight, although Harold Letterman gave the last round to Tua.
Tua's corner told him to lead with the jab, and that's the bad advice. You can't give him that. Tell him to do the other things, but leave the jab out of it because he gets beat to the punch with the jab. And then he gets discouraged and he can't follow through with the other stuff.
Exactly. He doesn't seem to have any confidence in the jab.
Yeah,
so why make him go out and try to start with that?
Yeah, but he can do the others. That right hand and then the left hook.
He got left hook that there. He got close enough to make the left hook count there, but Rahman took it pretty well.
But that was good advice. Right hand and the left hook. Then come back with another hook.
Can't tell whether Tua is now bleeding from the nose or the mouth. Maybe both.
Let him go. Let him go. Let him go. Step back. Step back. Step up.
That right hand
with the right, yeah.
That right hand was effective, just like his corner told him. Leave the jab out and just go winging.
There he chops with the right hand again, and now comes back with the left hook to the body. And Rahman ties him up.
you're big like Rahman, you can do a lot of leaning and a lot of damage with that leaning.
Can the 30 pounds also help him take Tua's punch better?
No, that's not going to help in that area, but it can sure help him lean on this big man.
Right hand lands over the top for Tua. He hasn't really busted Rahman flush with one of those big shots, but he's making the point, and there
he is, up against the rope now.
Yep.
Tua's got to take advantage of it. It's unfolding for him right now.
And Rahman's offense has begun to evaporate, giving David a chance not only to land big shots, but to get back in the fight on the scorecards.
Starts to unfold when your man breaks back up to the ropes for Tua.
Look at the difference in those jabs from Rahman and what you saw in the first 3 rounds when he was sticking it aggressively. Doesn't have the energy anymore.
Start getting hit a few solid punches, you're not as eager to let your hands go. If Tua was a thoroughbred, he'd be the ultimate come-from-behind horse.
Silky Sullivan.
Silky Sullivan, whirl away.
Carry back.
You're holding, get off and stop leaning on it. Stop leaning.
That's a good idea for Rahman. When the referee said break, don't you do it. Let him come in and break you. Use as much time as you can.
Here I am. Stop leaning. Let him go. Step back.
Slow offensive round for Rahman, and Tua is beginning to land some shots. We're halfway through.
You're breaking him down. Okay? Please work your jab. Okay? Please do it off the jab. Don't let him hold you. He's tired. The shots are there, Dave. Both sides. The right hand, the 45. Forget about the hook. The right hand, then the 45. He's ducking into it. Okay? Don't let him hold you, and don't, hey, be first.
Here's a medley of jabs from Rahman. This could be 4.5 years ago. It is tonight. He's just impaling Tua on the end of that jab. Can he sustain it through the second half of the fight?
CompuBox numbers in round 6, Tua 8 out of 25, but they were big shots. Rahman 11 out of 39, but 8 of them were relatively weak jabs. So maybe the numbers are slightly misleading there as we go to the 7th round. David Tua is in a familiar position, probably behind on the scorecards, trying to reel Hasim Rahman in for a knockout. Harold, how do you have it so far?
Okay, Jim, 4 rounds to 2, 58-56, Hasim Rahman. In rounds 5 and 6, Jim, Hasim Rahman went to a tactic he's used very early in his career. He's doing it right there. He grabs the guy and rides him across the ring. He leans on him so that he pushes Tua backwards, so that Tua has to, use up a lot of energy in his legs. Rahman always used to do that, but in the old days, he used to punch while he was riding the guy. This time, he's just holding him and leaning on him. Anyway, Tua gets in good left hooks, wins round 5 and 6.
Between rounds, you heard Kevin Barry asking David Tua to throw the right hand, the 45 he called it. I have to assume that means a 45-degree angle coming over the top.
You never know what those guys are talking about, I can tell you that.
Well, but he's thrown the right hand at kind of chopping half overarm angle a couple times in there.
He got him. He got him to do it. He's on the ropes, too. He's on the ropes. He was hurt, and now he's on the ropes with Tua wants him.
Hard punches. Big shots. Rock taking him pretty well. But David Tua's gotten loose now.
And he's moving to Tua's right side and left side.
If Tua can make his point with the right hand, he'll put Rahman over on the other side where his left hook can become the critical.
The right hand is just something to shake you up and make you start getting out of the way from it so you can go to the hook.
If you remember, when Rahman got into trouble against Corey Sanders a couple of years ago, he unleashed a punch of his own that changed the fight. But can he do it against the Tua?
Tua is so low to the floor, it's just hard to get a good shot on it.
Rahman, of course, said he wasn't surprised by Corey Sanders' destruction of Vladimir Klitschko because he, having been in with Sanders, said, hey, nobody ever hit me harder than that guy.
It looks like Tua's gotten a little tired here.
Yeah, when you throw a lot of shots like that, you're over 240 pounds. Boy, you got to take a breather.
But it also looks like Tua's gotten some of his confidence back.
Yeah, he loves to punch. When he hits and hurt a guy, he knows he's in the fight. He knows he's in the fight now.
This has been a big round for David, who's had 2 separate flurries of big shots. Rock hasn't really landed anything big since the 4th round.
This is when Tua like to signal to your corner hurt.
Get your hands down. Get your hands down. Use the jab, my son. All right? You ain't got to get cocky. Only thing he got is to get inside and try to hit you with a bomb. Keep your hands up. Fight him smart. Don't start slugging with him. Straight, stay smart. Pretty deep, man. Well, you went 8 miles. You got anything in. Yo. My man's got to clean that.
Sit your punches up. Back him up. The right hand, the 45, the right hand. 3 punches, it's all over. Okay, put them together, Dave. Put them together. He's holding. He needs to hold.
Here is the other hammer that sent Rahman reeling. And now we'll see if the conditioning factor, the stamina, affects Rahman coming down the stretch.
Power punches in round 7. Rahman 2 out of 14. David Tua 14 out of 21. About evenly distributed between the right and the left hand.
Yeah, if you're Rahman, you jab, then you get in the clinch and hold, count to 5 before you let go. Make these rounds pass with not much action. Hold and count. 1, 2, 3. The ref is going to tell me to move in a moment.
But he was winning the fight with the jab, George. What good does this do him?
Well, he's tired. And if you've won the fight with a jab, you take a few rounds off, win the other few rounds of the fight. You can do it. But you got to count when you hold a guy. Make the referee come in and break you. Don't step back as he instructed you to do.
Let him go.
I'd make that referee so tired, he'd start sweating.
No hold. Let him go. Get off here, Rob.
Crowd is quietly expectant, waiting for some other explosion to take place here.
The one where Rahman cannot see, as long as he's close to Tua, nothing happens. Why back away? When the referee says break, step up, step right back into him. He can't do anything to you. He needs room. Although Tua is the smaller guys, he needs room to punch. He should get right back, tie him up again. There you go. See, nothing happens when they're close. Why step away and box?
Step back.
Nothing much has happened in this round for either man, as Rahman seems to be getting a little bit of a break here. Tua seems to have expended a lot of energy in the last round and is just kind of shuffling around, allowing Rahman to lean on it. Now David brings the jab back, and Rock brings his own jab back out.
If I were king and somebody held as much as Rahman is holding, I'd penalize him.
Yeah, Rahman still should hold on, though.
Larry, you mean if you were the king or if you were Don King?
Just the king.
You got to do what you got to do in that ring. And there's no need to going out there proving something that you can't do anyway.
There's the right hand shot followed by the left hook. David unloads more power shots. Big there it is. He's got him on the rope. He wobbles.
Got him on the ropes. That's exactly where he wants him. He shouldn't allow him to get out.
Rahman twice managed to duck the big swing as Tua was trying to put him into the seats. David is bleeding under both eyes as he searches for this knockout. Big uppercut by Tua to punctuate the round. And Rock says, I'm okay. I'm still here.
It's just what I need, Dave. That's what I need. Remember, the right hand, the 45. Okay.
A April 12, HBO pay-per-view delivers a featherweight matchup between Marco Antonio Barrera and Kevin Kelly. Barrera, coming off his dominant defeat of Johnny Tapia, looks to add another big name to his resume in former champ Kelly. 1 week later, April 19, World Championship Boxing returns with one of the best pure boxers in the game, lightweight champion Floyd Mayweather, defending that title against hard-punching Dominican Vitoriano Sosa. HBO Boxing, for 30 years, building legends one round at a time.
Yeah, can't go to sleep.
Watch that right hand.
Cannot go to sleep on this dude, man.
Keep both hands.
Keep your hands up. Stay there, bit this jab, man.
Gravity in boxing is coming down and then coming back up. Both of these fighters have been down in their careers. Both of them are trying to come up again.
CompuBox numbers in round 8, 2 of 17 out of 39, mostly power shots. Rahman 12 out of 46, mostly jabs. And now they are even on Harold Letterman's scorecard, as you saw. Round 9 beginning.
You got him round the neck. Let him go. Let him go. That's it. Nice and clean.
Guy gets those bumps and bruises under his eyes as Tua's gotten over the round. It starts to bother you a little bit. The steam, sweat gets in it, the salt hurts.
Rahman trying to go back to the jab, reestablish the tactical dominance that he had in the first 3 rounds. Tua trying to continue to land big shots.
That right hand moved Rahman's right leg.
But you know, Tua allowed Rahman to rest the last round and get a breather. He shouldn't have allowed him to do that. This guy was on his way out, and he allowed him to get a second win, as you call it.
Wonder if David needed a rest too, George.
Yep. Goes both ways.
Now Tua able to step close enough to jab effectively. Something I hadn't really tried much since earlier in the fight.
Here I am. Let him go. Let him go.
Rahman's done nothing to the body that it will ensure him a little safety down the stretch.
Still coming. Bernard Hopkins against Murad Akar. But right now you have an extremely intriguing heavyweight fight taking place here, because Hasim Rahman, who seemed to flagrantly disregard proper training for this fight and came in the eyes of most 30 pounds overweight, is still in the fight, still with a chance to win, 2/3 of the way through round 9. And David Tua, on a night that has had an unexpected beginning, might be in position to win a decision, which is pretty rare for him.
Rahman just gets in his mind. He can only beat this guy with his left jab and just forget the other stuff. It could be an easier night for him. The right hand is not going to be there for him right now. The left jab and occasional left hook is all he's got tonight.
Good right hand by Rahman.
But it opens up Davis Tua's left hook. Not even worth the gamble.
This is a very ineffectual round for Tua.
Finally lands a right hand across the top, gets in a left hook, but not like the big shots he landed in the last round. Rahman's boxing style made a little bit of a comeback here in the 9th. There's another right hand swat by Tua, but they're 3/4 of the way through, and Hasim Rahman is still standing, still in the fight.
Listen to me, mate.
Yeah.
I need, hey, Dave, you didn't throw enough punches that round, Dave. You didn't throw enough punches. Dave, I need, hey, this is round 10. We've got 3 rounds to go. I need, listen to me. I need every round like it's the last round. You've got 3 rounds to break this guy down. Now, come on, mate, I mean it. Don't.
Train for it. Stay low, throw that jab, and be first.
Now this separate the men of the boys. These 2 rounds separate the men from the boys. You're the champion of the world. You got to do it. Keep your hands up.
You want to go get that trophy back from Lennox, right? We're going to take him, and we're going to keep the belt from him, and we take him. We're going to get back. Keep the full hand. Here we go. Let's go. Let's go.
Well, what Kevin Barry was pointing out was that Tua didn't throw enough punches. Only 31 thrown in the 9th round. Rahman threw 55 as he made a little bit of a comeback. They both landed 12. Round 10 begins. Miguel Diaz misspoke himself and said there were 2 rounds left. There are 3. Harold, how do you have it through 9?
Okay, Jim. In round 9, I thought Hasim Rahman outworked David Tua. 5 rounds to 4, 86-85, Hasim Rahman. In other words, Rahman wins the first 4. Tua comes back with good hooks to win the next 4, but Rahman takes the lead in round 9.
Rahman is fighting a very skillful fight so far. He jabs, he bends his body over to the right and comes up with the jab, so Tua can't throw that hook way up high. He doesn't like throwing it low in the first place. If he can just keep that strategy, it'll be a boxing lesson for Tua. Tua gets better puncher, always become a better puncher, but he hasn't yet developed a skill to catch boxers. I don't know, he needs a trainer. He needs to hang around in Philadelphia. They would show you how to do that. Just can't hope I get him in the last round your whole boxing career.
Get off him, get off him. Right, there we go, let him go.
The fight is already a surprise to the vast majority of ringside critics.
Get off him.
Most of them picked David Tua by a relatively early knockout.
Get off his head. Get off his head.
And you heard Kevin Barry leading with Tua between rounds. I need you to win the next 3. Not the kind of thing you'll often hear Barry saying to his knockout punching star.
Let him go.
Meanwhile, Rahman's confidence seems to be coming back after he weathered the big storm in the 8th round.
Tua evidently, he weighs a lot too. When you throw big shots like that, you got to rest. And then the guy's able to steal the show back. So it seems that Rahman is not out of shape as we thought. He's been able to get off first and get off last.
Well, among other things, Philadelphia has been listed high among the fat cities.
Cut above Rahman's left eye. Cut above Rahman's left eye, guys. Just above the left eyelid, there's a small cut, and Hasim Rahman begins to paw at it with his right glove.
You're worried about your eye. You're not supposed to worry about being cut when you're in a boxing ring. You're going to get cut.
He's got a great cut, man, and Miguel Diaz can get back to the corner in 25 seconds.
Yeah, forget about that. Just keep fighting.
Tua jumping in with the left.
Just that moment of thinking about what happened to him caused him to get hit with a good shot. Watch Tua. He waits for the 10-second count, and he tries to put on something. It's too late. Reaches out for desperation.
Tough round to score. Interesting battle with 2 rounds to go.
Okay, Billy, I want you to do the water before we get out. Okay, mate, I need these last 2 rounds, Dave. Come on, mate. Head it.
Bring Dave. Let me have your face.
You look good, baby. Feel good.
2 rounds of jabbing. You hear that?
That's all. Yeah. Suck it up.
You got it, son.
Breathe.
I know you got it. And you know you got
Right
it.
hand, 45, right hand. That's there. Oh, mate, I need you to dig deep.
Boxing's most ubiquitous fighter, Chris Bird, IBF heavyweight belt holder. Winner of this fight, Larry Merchant, becomes a mandatory for Bird's version of the heavyweight title. Is that correct?
That is correct, which doesn't necessarily mean they'll take it if they could get a bigger fight, but Rahman probably would take it. Tua, we don't know.
Harold Letterman, as you can see, believes Rahman won the 10th and now has on Harold's card a 2-point margin in the fight. Rudy Battle looks at Hasim Rahman's left glove. David Tua only threw 29 punches in the 10th round. He doesn't have the energy to do what Kevin Barry's asking him to do.
He's not pressed the issue at all. Tua has allowed this man to stay in the middle of the ring the whole fight. He had the strength, he had the punch, and he let it get away so far.
If Rahman can get done what he wants to get done tonight, weighing 259, he will have confounded all of the experts here.
The weight is never an issue. It's the desire of a man. Sometimes the weight means he's relaxed when he was training. Didn't get scared.
Well, he was reported to training at somewhere between 280 and 300, George.
So he's in good shape.
That's a lot of relaxation.
When you go into training camp and you're relaxed and you have a good training camp, you don't get scared and try to lose a lot of weight. It's not going to make you heavyweight. So.
Let him go, let him go, let him go. Work your way. Come on, work your way. You hooked up.
David Tua looks spent, but we've seen him in this condition before.
Well, these two guys have spent the better part of 21 rounds in the ring together, and Rahman has probably won about 17 of those rounds, but Tua still has a chance to knock him out. Lands a right hand there. Left hook there.
He's so predictable that all you have to do is keep your hands in a certain position. With Tua, he throws the left hook in the same spot. You just put your hands up with it. If he'd even throw a right uppercut now, he could be effective.
That's so true, George. You make a great point. He doesn't work up and down. He doesn't go side to side. He really doesn't have any variety in his game.
And all you do is put your hand in a certain position and you got it. Lean in a certain position, you got it.
Both hands are free. Get off.
Rahman is learning now how to become an elite fighter, how to box.
Both hands are free. Let him go.
I think Chris Berg went in his dressing room and gave him a little counseling before the fight, which is not fair.
Get off. Let's work your way out.
He's the king of the boxers these days.
You think Chris Berg's advice is too good, huh?
Yeah, you don't want him giving you some advice about boxing.
Big punches by Tua, and he backs Rahman up with a right.
There you are. Now you got him against the rope. You got to go for the finish.
He's got him going. But Rock comes back with a jab and a right hand and fights his way off the ropes.
And ties him up and lean those 250 or 60 pounds tonight. Probably tonight is about 260.
Dangerous moment, properly saved by Hasim Rahman. He's going to make it into the last round.
The guy's trying to hit on the break Tua. That's all he's looking for. Hits when the bell rings. You don't deserve to win like that.
Okay. Come down to the last round, man. You cannot wait, Dave. You cannot let him hold. I've got to...
Stay low this whole round. Hands, I don't want to see your hands down on the break. When you break it, you leave your hands to the referee again. We don't want that again, all right? Keep your hands up this whole...
I need him out. Okay? I need you to put 3 or 4 punches together and he's gone. Okay? Can you do that for me? Come on, mate. Dig deep.
Allah. You got to move him. Inshallah. Keep moving, okay? Don't let him get set. Let me see your hands come down. Keep your chin down.
Exactly 50 weeks ago, David Tua lost all of the first 8 rounds on 2 scorecards against Prezo Kendo and knocked him out in the 9th. He may need a similar rescue here. Rahman, through 11, has landed 174 out of 647, has thrown almost 300 more punches than Tua. He seems to stand to win the boxing match.
Rahman is bouncing now.
Harold, how do you have it scored coming to the 12th?
Okay, Jim, I got it very close. 105, 104, 6 rounds to 5. Hasim Rahman. Somehow or another, David Tua went to work late in round 11 and may have pulled it out by landing bigger shots. But generally speaking, Rahman's jabbing him to death. One thing that Rahman does that's illegal, Jim, you got to notice it. He throws the left jab and then he gets you with a forearm. He puts that forearm under Tua's jaw, and that's not legal.
You're holding, you're holding.
Evan Barry told Tua he needed lots of activity in the 12th round. He hasn't gotten off so far.
This may be the time that the late-running horse just can't catch the leader.
Tua hasn't given up. Still got the puncher's chance. But I think Rahman's been there, done that before. He knows that better than we do.
Tua did knock out David Izanrate, later David Izan when he changed his name, in the 12th round. Rock seems tonight to have a better chin than Izan did.
On the rope, Tua's got the chance his corner been telling him for. Telling him all night, get him on the rope, don't let him hang on to you.
And Rahman ties him up. But at the same time, Rahman isn't doing much in this round, and if he allows David to win it, then that may tighten it up again on the scorecard.
I can't see that.
Well, Harold odds going to have it a draw if Tua wins this round, George.
Yeah, but this guy's so far ahead in my book that there's no way Tua can catch him unless he knocks him out.
Well, I agree with George. I don't know how far ahead he is, but I think that he can afford to lose this round.
We shall see. Although Rahman has mounted an offense while we were talking and may have put himself back into position to negotiate for the round. 40 seconds to go, and Tua shows nothing to indicate that the big drama is coming.
Break. Let him go. Get off him. Turn him in.
And once again, you could have knocked most of the experts over with a feather.
You just never know boxing. The more you know, the less you know.
Particularly this year, when every fight seems to produce a significant upset. One after another we get them. Rahman jabbing and dancing, holding his arms aloft. Tua trying to end it in the closing seconds, and he's the one who goes down on a punch after the bell. And Rahman comes over to show us his left arm.
Tua tried to steal it. Whenever the bell would ring, he tried to get in his shots. And that's not good at all.
Crowd boos Rahman for celebrating. I don't see why. He deserves to be proud of himself.
Yeah, he did a good job this time.
But if you're sitting in the bleachers and you see all those big shots that David Tua throws, that tends to influence you, George.
Wouldn't influence me.
George is clear in his mind on who won the fight, that's for sure. Harold, what does your card show now?
Okay, Jim, I thought that might have been a knockdown. I'd love to see that again. That was damn close. Something hit David Tua, and it wasn't the referee, and I didn't touch him. 115, 113, 7 rounds to 5, Hasim Rahman. Jim, I don't know. I just think he may have pulled it out with that last punch. Rahman, I thought, lost the 11th, but certainly I thought he won the 12th with that, with that shot that virtually knocked Tua down. So,
but Harold, it was after the bell.
Well, I don't know. To me, he hit him. He just nailed him. I don't know. I'd have to see it in real time again, Jim. That was close.
Can we see it? I'm asking the production truck now. Can we see it with the sound? Because I'm fairly certain that knockdown takes place well after the bell that ended the fight. In which case,
no doubt about it. It was after the bell.
I agree with you, George.
It was a fall down, really.
Told you, baby.
You think Tua went down as much from exhaustion as from the punch?
No, he just slinging punches and got off balance, and the guy just kind of met him with some kind of...
All right, let's listen.
There's the bell.
I don't know if we heard enough of it to be sure.
It was after the bell. We knew that.
In the meantime, Jimmy Lennon has the result of the fight, so let's go up to Jimmy and see who won.
He won.
Don King celebrating. He's Rahman's promoter, and he may be the one who already knows the score. We're not sure. But I've thrown to Jimmy. Here you go. Jimmy, tell us who won the fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of action, we go to the scorecards. Here are our score totals. Judge at ringside, Robert Grosso, scores out 116 to 112 in favor of David Tua. Judge at ringside, Bill Clancy, scores the bout 116 to 112 in favor of Hasim Rahman. And judge at ringside, George Hill, sees the bout 114 to 114, even a draw. The decision is even a draw.
The strange actions of the heavyweight division continue as this bout is declared a draw between Hasim Rahman and David Tua. The draw is something of a moral victory for Rahman, who was counted out in the bout by most experts yesterday when he weighed in at 259. The draw is something of a loss for Tua, who became a heavy favorite in the fight and exits without the...
To get a